It was 1986, and Mom told me the words that I will never forget. She told me that she and Dad were getting a divorce, and I won't be seeing much of him anymore. This is the moment that my world changed. My dad was my hero. I was his princess. We would play together, and those were the moments that I had the most fun and laughed the hardest. He worked at a local community college, and I would visit him and watch movies on the computer. He would tell me about the wonders of this company called Apple and how great Apple computers were. I didn't care about computers, but I listened to every word he said because I love my dad. My dad was the loud and playful one. Mom was serious and quiet. So when my mom told me that I won't be seeing much of him anymore, my world changed forever. My princess title faded, and I didn't feel much of anything. What kept me afloat for a few years was knowing that he was just 2 hours away, and I could visit him. And I definitely visited him, and we would watch movies together and eat pizza, and once again I felt like a princess. Then I would go home and I would miss him. But it was okay because I knew that I would see him again. Then, when I was 10 years old, my world fell apart. Dad moved to California. And he didn't tell us why. He just left. That's when I began to hate my dad, and I never wanted to see him again. Something else left that day besides my father. It was the love that I had for myself. Up until then, I had found my worth from my dad. And with him gone, I didn't have anybody to show me my worth. So I slowly began to hate myself. It all came to a head when I was 11 years old and I was sitting in a bathtub and I picked up a razor. I put it to my wrist and I almost ended my life. But something told me to put the razor down. To this day, I am so glad that I listened to that inner voice because it saved my life. And I now realize that the reason I wanted to end my life was because I was looking for my worth from outside sources. And this never works because outside sources never fulfill us. We must look for our worth from the inside. This is wisdom that I would not learn until many years later. But I am so glad that I listened to the inner voice that told me to put down the razor and give my life a chance. Because of that, I lived to be able to learn the wisdom that transformed my life many years later. What about you? What are you struggling with? Whatever it is, listen to that inner voice, the wisdom that is trying to tell you the right way to go. Stop and listen to the still small voice that is trying to speak to you amidst all the noise of life. It may be exactly what you need right at this moment. So listen. It might just change your life.